Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to this afternoon session. I'm Regina Bergman, CEO of Bridgeport Strategy. And I come to you every Monday through Friday to bring you some tips and tools and resources on growing your business, on becoming more successful. It's an inner and an outer work that we need to do to become more successful in our businesses and in our lives. There are self-development things that we need to do, as well as business strategic things. And so on Monday through Friday, I come to you at 1 o'clock. Sorry, I need to turn off my phone. Sorry about that. I normally have that done before I get started, and I forgot today. So my purpose here is to help you be all that you can be, to help your business be all that it can be, so that you can achieve the dreams that you set out with when you started your business. Many of us start our business thinking that it's going to fund our retirement. It's going to fund travel. It's going to fund our kids' college educations. We're going to buy our home with it. And then things go a bit awry and we don't quite make the progress that we thought we were going to make. And oftentimes that is because we don't have the skill sets, the experiences that would allow us to be more successful. They're just foundational pieces of knowledge that we don't have. So this week we're focusing on persistence, because truly persistence is a skill set that you need to acquire. If you're not innately persistent about things, it's a skill set that you can acquire. It's a choice that you can make to be persistent. And so we've talked about persistence and success, but today I want to talk to you a little bit about the opposite side of persistence. I want to talk to you about how to recognize those times when you should not be persistent, when it's time to change course. So I want to share with you a little bit about that. Generally it's a good thing to be persistent. People who are persistent, they keep trying and they keep trying, and I don't like the word trying. So I'm going to substitute that word. Those of you who know me well, you know I have an aversion to the word trying. But we keep working at something when we're being persistent. No matter the odds, we just don't give up hope, and we just keep working at it. And, another word I don't really care for is luck. And people say we make our own luck. But I think we create our own good fortune through the things that we do and say, and the development that we do of our own self. I think my real personal development started back in the 70s, in the 1970s. I'm dating myself here. When I joined the ranks of Mary Kay Beauty Cosmetics Consultants and eventually became a senior sales director with them. But Mary Kay was one of the most inspirational women that I've ever known, and had a great positive attitude and really helped propel me down the path of self-development. So hopefully I can do that for someone else. I can share some things with you that will help propel you down that path of self-development. All right, so what are some situations where persistence might not pay off? Another thing that I've not fond of is gambling. And, but someone who does that and who takes risks in that way can see that they can get on a losing path and they can lose hope, or they can stay on that losing path and not give up when they should give up. So that's just one thought. Another example is would be a scenario where you're, as they say, beating a dead horse. Have you ever heard that expression, to beat a dead horse? It means that this subject, this topic, has been discussed to death, if you will. There's really nothing more that can be added to it. And so that's, you're beating a dead horse, because that horse just can't go any further, right? So let's say you're a blogger and you have a website that has not been very successful. If you keep trying to make a success of that site, you may find that it's harder than starting again from scratch with a new site and taking into account all the things that you learned in the process of working on this other site that just never got there. That said, I would go to the other side for just a moment and talk about, if you really want to be persistent with that site, then you need to learn more as to what it would take to make it successful. But sometimes we get to a place in a project where it's just better to start over. Just scrap that one and start all over. And so you have to take a look at that and determine what's going to be best for you. Signs that your persistence isn't working. Here are some signs that kind of tell you that you won't benefit from persistence. Now, recognize every scenario is unique, and this in no way is golden. It's a kind of a rule of thumb. It's just some guiding thoughts. Okay, so when your persistence is actually costing you or putting you or someone else at risk, then it's time to take a step back and make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. When it's negatively affecting someone else, or when it's actually just a result of being stubborn. I can talk about stubbornness all day. I was born in Missouri. So, what they call us? They call us those Missouri mules because we have a stubborn streak a mile wide. And anyone in my family can tell you that's true for me. I am stubborn. So there's a thin line between stubbornness and optimism sometimes. So make sure that what you're doing out of optimism and not out of stubbornness, that you're just going to do it come heck or high water. You're just going to stay with it. Well, oftentimes when we take that attitude, it's the heck we get and not the high water, not that success. So ultimately, you have to assess for yourself whether something is worth giving up on or trying again or working at it harder. But the point to keep in mind is, more often than not, you don't have to give up entirely. You can just take that project, look at it, turn it around. Look at it like a Rubik's Cube, okay? So you turn a Rubik's Cube over and you're looking at all these possibilities on a Rubik's Cube. Take your problem and turn it around like a Rubik's Cube. Look for something that you can change or tweak that's going to make a difference. A new tactic, a new strategy, something that will make a difference where you can keep on the path you're on, but it diverges slightly as you tweak that, and that divergence creates to that more success. Let's see. Another thing, maybe your current business plans just aren't paying off. And you really have to come to the place of saying, have I done everything that I need to do? Have I taken the time to learn what I need to learn? Are the tools in front of me and I'm just not using them? We have folks who take advantage of our online business advisor system that we have, our e-learning system. And I say take advantage, and that's really the wrong word. They invest in it, but they often don't take advantage of the knowledge that's in there. And so if you have the knowledge sitting in front of you and you don't take advantage of it, your persistence is not going to get you anywhere, because you are leaving the tools on the table that can make the difference for you. So if you have those tools, be sure you use them. Don't just let them sit there and gather rust. Don't just let them sit on your hard drive or some membership site somewhere that you never access. Make sure that you assess what you have, and that if you've got tools that you can use to improve what you're doing so that your persistence pays off and you continue to work forward with it, then use those tools. Dig them out, brush them off, use them. If you need tools, I've got a shed full of tools for you. If you're a small business owner and you're struggling and your persistence is not returning that investment that you expected it to, I have a tool full of shed, a shed full of tools that can help you. And they're my online business advisor system. We also do group coaching and one-on-one coaching. But a good start for a lot of small business owners is just diving into our online business advisor system. It has everything you can think of to get you on track in your business so that that persistence pays off. Thank you for that. Estella, so nice to see you here. So just be persistent, but recognize when it's time to say, this isn't going anywhere. I need to step back and see if I can tweak it and make it successful, or it simply needs to be thrown out and I start a new project or I remake this project, something of that nature. So don't do it out of stubbornness. Do it out of optimism. Do it from an informed perspective because you've done your research. You've stepped back and you've looked at it and you said, I need to do something different. You know, there's that old adage of if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So if you change nothing and you just keep doing something because this is the way I've always done it, or this is the way we've always done it, and it's not bringing you success, it's time to change. Okay, it's time to change and adjust your persistence. So again, Estella, thanks for being here. And I want to thank everybody else for joining us now live or watching it later at your convenience. We do this for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes every Monday through Friday. And it's designed to help you grow your business or develop yourself further. If you know of somebody else that can use this, who can take advantage of this and put it to use in their life, then either hashtag them in the comments or send them a link, share it with them. I'd love to hear your comments on it. I'd also like to hear the things that you would like me to cover in this. You know, I cover self-development aspects and I cover strategic business aspects and tactical business aspects. But if there's something in particular you'd like for me to cover, just let me know. Put it in a private message to me or pop it into the comments here at the end. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye and wish you all a great afternoon and evening, and I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.